All right, rookies, grab a seat, eyes up front, and let's get right into it. Welcome to the film room. In today's explainer, we are completely putting away the highlight reels. Forget the step-overs, forget the bicycle kicks. Instead, we're zeroing in on mastering the absolute essentials of elite midfield play. You want to run the center of the pitch? Well, you need a blueprint, and that is exactly what we're drawing up today, based on some of the absolute greatest to ever play the game.
Okay, let's dive into this. Look right here at the board. What actually makes a complete midfielder? Do you guys think it's just about flashy passing, or maybe just relentless aggressive dribbling, or purely defending? Well, the truth is, it's not just one of those things. A truly complete midfielder combines the absolute best qualities from legends of the game, guys like Sergio Busquets, Andrés Iniesta, and Xavi Hernández. It's really about blending their unique traits into a totally unstoppable skill set. So, let's break down the skills every elite midfielder absolutely needs to absorb.
Here's what's on the board for today's explainer. We'll cover the complete midfielder blueprint, smart defending like Busquets, escaping pressure like Iniesta, mastering vision like Xavi, and finally, controlling tempo and movement. Take notes.
First up on the tape, smart defending like Busquets.
We've got to completely dismantle this myth right now that defending in the middle of the park is all about raw, unchecked aggression. Look at the clear contrast on the board. Over on the left, you've got aggressive, reckless tackling. That's pure emotion. That's exactly what a player does when they're totally out of position or just guessing. But on the right, that's Sergio Busquets. He defended with pure intelligence. He practically never rushed into a challenge. Instead, he waited for the absolute perfect split second. He won the ball calmly by reading passes early, not by hacking guys down.
I want you to burn this quote into your brain right now. Smart defending is greater than aggressive defending. Consider this your golden rule for the midfield. Timing will absolutely always beat sheer speed and brute force. Think about it. If you're lunging, you're guessing. But if you're intercepting, you're knowing. So here's your first piece of direct homework for the training pitch. If you want to emulate the Busquets and up your defensive IQ, do these 3 things. 1. Stay patient while defending. Do not be the first to move. 2. Watch the opponent's touch like a hawk. You're waiting for that fraction of a second where the ball gets just slightly away from them. And 3. Focus on interceptions, not reckless tackles. Cut out those passing lanes before the ball even reaches the attacker's foot.
Moving on to part 2, escaping pressure like Iniesta.
Keep your eyes locked on the pitch here, guys, because watching how Andrés Iniesta handled intense pressure is literally a masterclass in spatial awareness. It was like magic. His strengths weren't built on sheer pace. They were built on unbelievable close control, perfect balance, brilliant body positioning, and total unshakable calmness. Notice how he used his body and his low center of gravity to shield the ball and just slip out of the tightest spaces imaginable. Even completely surrounded, the guy never panicked. Not once.
And that brings us to this crucial coach's mantra right here. Great midfielders don't rush, they stay composed. I want this repeating in your head during every single drill. Composure is your ultimate weapon. When 3 defenders collapse on you, panic just leads to turnovers. Composure? That leads to finding the one pass that breaks their entire defensive line. So if you want to build that Iniesta-like invisible shield around the ball, here are your exact steps. First, practice tight dribbling. Keep that ball glued to your boots. Second, aggressively use your body to shield the ball. Put yourself directly between the opponent and the ball. Third, keep your touches soft and controlled. Heavy touches just invite tackles. And fourth, stay relaxed under pressure. Breathe, keep your head up, and trust your technique. All right, part 3, mastering vision like Xavi. Now we're focusing on what is arguably the single hardest skill to master in football, decision-making. Xavi Hernández was a master at this because he understood a fundamental truth. Elite play happens in the mind first, long before the ball actually arrives. Look at this checklist. Before receiving a pass, Xavi already knew exactly where his teammates were, exactly where the defensive pressure was coming from, and exactly what pass he was going to make next. He had the whole pitch mapped out in his head before the ball even touched his boot. Listen to me, football IQ is what separates good players from elite players. It is really that simple. You have got to develop a head-on-a-swivel mentality out there. Xavi controlled entire matches not because he was the fastest guy on the grass, but because his mind processed the game faster than anyone else. Pure intelligence dictates the flow of the game. To crank up your vision and your decision-making speed in your next scrimmage, commit to these mental reps. Number 1, scan the field constantly. Look over both shoulders before you get the ball. 2, think before receiving.
You need to know your next move before the ball is even on its way. And 3, play simple, fast passes. Don't overcomplicate things, all right? The ball will always move faster than any player can run, so let the ball do the work.
Section 4. Controlling tempo and movement. Let's zoom out a bit and look at the overarching concepts that made that iconic Barcelona midfield so legendary. Elite midfielders don't just react to the game. They control the rhythm of the game completely. Look at these elements of elite tempo control. They know exactly when to slow the game down to just take the sting out of the opposition. They know when to speed it up in a flash to exploit a gap, and they know when to just hold possession and make the other team chase shadows. The very best midfielders don't chase the game, guys. They dictate it entirely.
But hey, you can't control the tempo if you're just standing there admiring your pass. This is what I call the invisible work. Great midfielders are always available. You must move after every single pass you make. You've got to actively hunt for open space, and you must constantly support your teammates by offering them a good angle. This invisible work, this relentless movement off the ball, is exactly why guys like Xavi and Iniesta always look like they were totally free to receive a pass even in the most insanely crowded midfields.
And finally, our wrap-up, the complete midfielder blueprint.
All right, bring it in tight, everyone. Let's pull all of these lessons together into one actionable plan. If you actually want to become a complete midfielder, these are the fundamentals you absolutely have to master. You've got to defend smart like Busquets. You need to stay perfectly calm under pressure like Iniesta. You must think fast and scan the pitch like Xavi. You have to learn to control the tempo, and you must commit to moving constantly for your squad. I'm telling you right now, ditch the flashy, unnecessary skills. A complete midfielder controls every single phase: defending, passing, movement, and decision-making. Master these fundamentals first before you do anything else.
So, I'm leaving you with a final challenge as we wrap up this explainer and you head out of the film room and back onto the grass. Will you master these fundamentals and dominate the midfield? The blueprint is right here in front of you. Now it is entirely up to you to take these lessons straight to the pitch. Put in the work, trust the process, and go run the game.